neutralize objective Charlie.
Hello, Crouch Gaming here, and welcome to a slightly darker Battlefield 4 video. That does indeed mean the night map has finally arrived to PlayStation 4. Graveyard Shift, night version of the Zvad map, which I'm sure the majority of you are already aware about and already have. It came out yesterday, the 8th of September, and after a long hard day at work, I thought I'd indulge myself in some late night killing. Well, that was the plan anyway. In reality, what happened was I got hammered. Big time. For several rounds. I could not get the hang of it at all. I was trying to be all stealth, sneaky Sam Fisher super assassin, and it just did not work for me. The problem I had was I was really disorientated by the map and the darkness. I couldn't figure out where I was going. I was literally running along and then thinking, hang on a minute, where am I? And then only when I saw the flags did I realise that I was going in completely the wrong direction, the wrong place and all sorts. So I had to develop a sense of, instead of landmarks and navigating through familiar sites, to use the flags to figure out where I was going. The second issue I had was the FLIR and IRNB scope. I figured they would be the best for me and that I'd be gunning people down easily with them. I really didn't. I don't use these scopes on full auto weapons, and I never have done. I've always gone for Cobras and Coyotes. I always use the close range scopes for pretty much every auto fire gun. When I was using the FLIR and the IRNV with an automatic weapon, with a assault rifle, PDW, carbine, the recoil effect really threw me off my aim, and I was losing firefights all the time. So I ultimately decided that I'd go back to just stripping it back and play like I normally play. I'd put the red dot sight on, strapped on a suppressor, and I just ran into the fray. And I started to do much better. I started to get scores like I would in normal games. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's had this. I've been playing this game for a long time and I'm entirely used to the guns, how they feel and how they handle. So the slightest change throws me off completely. I'm sure it's something I would get used to if I put time into it, but to be honest, I don't think you really need to. I have noticed, but haven't tried, the DMR with the FLIR scope. That seems to be very dangerous. Found myself getting killed quite a lot by that. The map itself, though, is really fun. I enjoyed it. There's not a massive amount to say about it. It's Zvad in the dark. It's a map I thoroughly enjoy anyway for the infantry combat, and there's plenty of long, medium, close range infantry engagements that carry on the bits that I enjoy. Although I'm no expert, and putting the sights to one side, there's a few things that I have learned about how to do much better on this map that you wouldn't normally employ in a standard game mode. There are lights scattered all across the map, and if you run through those lights you stand out as clear as day. So what I started to do was I started to sort of pick routes that weren't lit up. There's many around there. You can take certain paths and certain lanes that don't have lights. It's less direct, but the risk is far less as well. Also, when a few friends came online later in the evening, one of them, Will, came up with the idea of using the MAV, and that's when things got silly. We had a squad of 5, 4 on the ground, 1 on the MAV, with the MAV spotting everything that moved. Unfortunately, I didn't save the clips, but we finished with the most ridiculous scores I've ever seen. Matty bagged 70, I took almost 50, with other guys in the squad also hitting big numbers. And that immediately also showed the problem with this night map. Spotting has no place here. If you're spotted and the enemy is not, you can kiss goodbye to your sweet little ass. I want them to take spotting off. You often don't know where they are unless they open up. And in most cases, unless of course the opponent can't hit a cow's arse with a banjo, you'll be dead before you can turn and drop them. If you want to do well, you need to play the game for what it is. Grab a friend, take turns with that MAV, strap on a suppressor, and you will do well. Unless, of course, you are the guy that can't hit a cow's arse with a banjo. Having said that, as much as I mock, it's still fun. I'm really glad they made it, and I'm looking forward to Shanghai and Goal Mod. As always, if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. But that's all for now. Have a good day.